Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. So there are a few dishes around that sometimes it's hard to find it just the way you like it. And lo mein is one of those. Oftentimes in where we live, people are always posting on the neighborhood, does anyone know a good Chinese? And sometimes, guess what? You have to try to strike out and make it your own. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna do a shrimp lo mein. But you can replace this with beef, you can replace it with chicken, whatever you would like, you can make it. The chief ingredients I'll absolutely go over. So the first thing we are gonna do is we're gonna go on and prepare our shrimp. We're gonna just saute it. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil to this very, very warm skillet here. And we're gonna put, and just be prepared, it is probably going to make some sizzle like that. Okay. So we're gonna let this cook. And what I've done here is, it's just about a pound of shrimp, okay? And it's been cleaned, deveined, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna let that kind of do its thing. And to that, I'm also going to add some salt, just get an even amount around the shrimp, and some pepper, okay? So we want to properly season. Now, some people like adding other seasonings to their shrimp. You can add it if you would like. That's all I'm going to add here because I've got other things we're going to be seasoning this dish with. Okay, so we're going to let that cook and do its thing. While it's doing that, let's get this out of the way. We're going to start mixing the sauce. This is really what's going to bring the flavor. And so what I have here is a mixture of teriyaki and soy sauce. Look in the comment section or the description for the amounts, okay? And so what I did was I have this basically enough to cook the amount of shrimp that I have there. So I would say I'm probably going to get just about 3 servings out of this portion. This is honey. So because I'm saying 3 servings, they're about, if you want to double the portion because you want to make more. But if this is your obviously first time making the recipe, I think start out with what I'm showing, and then you want to increase it. You can decide if you want a little more of one thing versus another. And then the last thing is some ginger. We're going to put some minced ginger right there. And then we're just going to mix this up. And we're going to, after I do that, we're going to set this aside. I'm going to just use this instead. This will mix it. Again, this is where our flavor is going to come out. And if you find, as I said, hey, this is not enough for me, if you want to add a little more, double the portions, you absolutely can do so. And so there's a little bit more soy sauce and teriyaki involved, all right? Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. Let's go on and stir our shrimp again. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just kind of let this finish cooking. We're gonna come back, and then once this is cooking, we are just about cooked. We're gonna switch over, and then we're gonna saute all the other beautiful vegetables that I'll explain here in a second. So let's let this finish cooking and we'll come back. Okay, so I've moved my pans around just a little bit. So the shrimp is pretty much done. I just have it over there simmering. I also cooked my spaghetti. I'm using thin spaghetti. That's gonna serve as our noodles. And I use just about a half a packet of boxed spaghetti. So now let's get to cooking these vegetables here. So again, just gonna put enough to kind of, not too much, just about, I'm gonna say a tablespoon or so. And what we're adding to this, actually, we'll start with the onions. We're gonna put onions in here. And we're gonna put green onions in here as well. That's another one of the secret ingredients to lo mein. I know you remember seeing that. We also have diced up celery, and I like a lot of celery, so I've kind of put a generous amount. And then, and these all represent a cup. So this is a really kind of cup of everything. That's probably about the equivalent of 2 Carrots, just shred it, okay? So let's get this out of our way. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just let this saute. And once this finishes sauteing, I'm going to take this, I'm gonna combine it with the shrimp, I'm gonna add the spaghetti, and then we're gonna pour the sauce on top of it, okay? And I'm telling you, I cannot wait for this to be done. Okay, let's give it some time. We'll come back when it's done, and then we'll bring all the pieces together. Okay, so the shrimp is completely sauteed. We got that here. I brought that back over here because we want to use a larger pan to do all of our mixing. And then I sauteed this just about 4 to 5 minutes. I mean, you want to make sure your onions are caramelized, but you don't want to overcook this. If you think about when we have lo mein in Chinese restaurants, it's not like overly cooked, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go on and combine now the vegetables with the shrimp. Or if you opted for chicken, guess what? You can do chicken, whatever you would like. So we're gonna just mix that like so. And then we're going to add the spaghetti to it, okay? And so I cooked this over there before. And if you want to loosen it up, I'm not gonna do it because just for time, but you can pour cold water over it and it'll bounce right back. But I'm just going to do this because it's going to come together anyway. And it looks like I probably will not need all of this given the portion. That's one thing about pasta. Sometimes you know how much it's going to come out to be, and other times, I guess that's me not measuring, right? All right, so I'm going to just kind of toss this together a little bit like that. Again, the spaghetti is going to come together as it gets warmed back up. And then what I'm going to do so it can start mixing is I'm going to add the sauce. Remember we made the sauce? The ginger, the teriyaki sauce, the soy sauce, and honey. So I'm going to just kind of pour this gingerly all over the entirety of our mixture. Woo-hoo-hoo. So good, so good. Get this out of the way. You notice I have a bowl and a fork, right? Because that's for who? Shelley. Shelley's turn to try. Okay. And again, one of the things, again, with lo mein, you don't want it overly, saucy. And you'll see how my spaghetti my noodles, I should say, has come together here really nicely. So, oh my gosh, so good, so good. I'm going to give you just kind of a little view of how that looks. So delicious. And I'll of course take a picture so you can see it. But hey, it wouldn't be a Chef Shelley show if we didn't have a taste. So I'm going to just kind of let that just sit there for a minute. I'm going to just go in and get a little taste out. A little sample of some of everything. So let's just put it in here and then I can scoop it out. You've got to have some shrimp and some of the vegetables as well. Again, make it your own. If you find, hey, I want a little bit more salt to it, fine, add it, but don't add it first. Because these things like teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, they usually have high content of sodium. So for us, we're not adding more salt. If you want to, you can. Because remember, I added some salt to the shrimp. All right, let's give this a go. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. It's on the money. It's on the money. One last little bit. There you have it. Shrimp lo mein or chicken lo mein, whatever it is you would prefer to do. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this dish as much as we enjoy it. And remember, look in the comments and you'll get all of the quantities that I use. And if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing. I come out with a recipe every other week. Something simple, delicious, and perhaps a healthier twist on it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give me your comments. Share on social media. That's what helps me out every time I bring these. I do it just at my own cost, expense, because I'm hoping that I'm helping you to cook more and eat out less. But it's really appreciative if you share my links. Thanks again. Bye-bye.